Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, swings down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking, got it, post, and it's good! Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Click, click. Ooh, what's going on, faithfuls? Your boy Mike is back from the Nothing But Niners crew. Y'all know what time it is, man. Time for these 15 minutes, all right? Let's do it. Stephen Fox. I saw you loaded up the questions, man. Stephen Fox, what's going on, man? He says, do you think Lance takes the league by storm and upsets teams and experts that think we will lose? Yes. Yes, I do. I think Trey Lance is going to be just as good as guys like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. I absolutely believe that. I do. And that's not just the Niners side of me. All right. He doubles up here. He says, do you think Niners get help opposite of Nick Bosa, and who would you want? There's one name out there that I want. Young man's 25 years old. I wanted him when we drafted Solomon Thomas, and instead he went to the Eagles. His name, I don't know what I'm talking about, Derek Barnett. Oh, man, the Niners can get him. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. He was on such a deep defensive line over there in the Eagles. He was a rotational player and not a starter. First-round pick. They made him rotational. Not a knock on his play because he performed. He's got the stats. Look him up. Derek Barnett is the guy that I would love the Niners to go out there and get. He's still a free agent. Stephen Fox with the trifecta, man. Okay. If we had the money and trade value to match what Raiders gave up for Adams, would you have made some offer and see if Packers take the deal? Absolutely not. Good players don't usually get traded within the conference, but I don't think we need a guy like Devontae Adams. We have a very good core of wide receivers. You want to add some size to it and speed. Size and speed are what we're looking to add. And I would have done that. Okay, 4 in a row for Steve, man. What's that? Quadrupling it. Okay. Do you think we get a first for Jimmy G? No, not anymore. But I'm thinking that we can get a couple seconds for him. I'm thinking we can get a couple seconds. Again, what they got for Carson Wentz, I think we can get that and a little bit more. Maybe 2 seconds and like a third or a fourth, okay? Stephen Fox again, man. Damn, man, that's 5 in a row. What's that? What do you call 5? What's 5 in a row? Quinn? I don't know, man. He's up there, though. What teams are in need of a quarterback? Right now, what you got to be focusing on is going to be the Colts, still need a quarterback, and you're going to also be looking at the Texans. I am not believing what they're selling us when it comes to Davis Mills is the guy, Davis Mills is the future. I'm not buying it, okay? Stephen Fox with 6 in a row. Is anybody else going to ask a question tonight? Is there another quarterback in free agency better than Jimmy G that has not been taken? The answer is no. People are going to try to convince you that Marcus Mariota is better. He's not. They're going to try to convince you that Jameis Winston is better. They're not. Don't confuse arm talent with good quarterback play. These guys are inconsistent and they're free agents for a reason. All right? There is not a quarterback on the market that's available right now that is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. And that includes Baker Mayfield. Okay? Now, those guys might be cheaper, but that doesn't mean that they're better. All right? And by the way, Steven, if you're not a member of the Patreon, get on over there. I just did a whole show about that last night where I went through all the teams, all the quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and Jimmy Garoppolo is ranked higher than you may think. Check that out on Patreon, okay? Stephen Fox, again, he says, do you think the reason why we didn't trade Jimmy G yet is the Niners are waiting for a number 1 QB to get hurt? No, I don't think that's the reason. I think that they were waiting for Deshaun Watson to get moved so that the way they can create a bidding war between the Colts and Houston. That's honestly what I think. But we'll see what happens. I could be completely wrong there. And he asked about me, Mike, how was your day? I appreciate that, man. My day was great. I'm over here with my guys. I'm having cigars. We got a couple of drinks. We're playing spades. My family was good. I took the kids outside to play, let the dog run around and annoy the neighbors. It's a great day, man. It was a great day, okay? And then he says, what is your favorite meal? I don't even know how many in a row that is anymore. But, man, Stephen Fox. This show is sponsored by Stephen Fox, guys. Spaghetti. If I ever have, like, just one thing that I want, my wife makes spaghetti for me different than she makes for the whole family. I like onions. I like peppers. I like garlic, all, like, real, like, not flavors. I like the actual things in there. She gets the ground meat. We usually use turkey. We don't use ground beef. And then she puts me in some spicy sausage also, some turkey or beef or pork sausage in there. Oh, man, it's so good. It's so good. Will John and Kyle make it to another contract extension? And if so, when? I don't think they make it to another contract extension, specifically John. John is being poached from the 49ers right now by a bunch of different networks, okay? And he's going to get paid significantly more to do that. I think once we win a Super Bowl, John Lynch is going to go back to broadcasting. But Kyle, I think, is here to stay, all right? But you got to remember, they already got a contract extension. Don't think that they haven't gotten one already. They both were extended for 6 years. I'm sorry, Kyle was 6 years. John Lynch was 5 years. What's the matter? You good? You all right? Stephen Fox jumps back in here. He couldn't let Ben shine, man. He says, when are you and Nick going to have that race? Hey, man, Nick don't want that work. Get on Nick on Twitter. He is 49er Faithful 365. No S at the end. 49er Faithful 365. He's scared. He know better. He know better. All right. Stephen Fox again. He says, do you think Deebo will be as good as Adams in 4 or more years? 4 or more year, better or less than Adams, but not by much. They're different. They're different types of quarterbacks, right? And if you include all-purpose yards, if you include touchdowns and all that stuff, Adams is going to get more touchdowns, but Deebo will have more all-purpose yards than Adams. That's my prediction for this year. Forget in the future. I'm talking about this year. I think Deebo will have more all-purpose yards because we know the Niners like to use him as a running back as well. Okay, so that's how I think that plays out. When his contract is up, how much do you think Niners will have to pay him, or does he take a team-friendly deal? Listen, there's no such thing as a team-friendly deal. Players aren't here to give discounts. They're here to get paid. They have families to take care of. Okay, so I think Deebo is going to make somewhere around $23 million a year when his contract comes in. All right. RM says, do you think 49ers will do anything big this offseason? I think they've done some big things, but on the special team side, and people are ignoring it. And I do think that we go after a pass rusher. It was one of the first questions in here. That's a big signing. If we can go out there and get somebody opposite of Nick Bosa to play consistently, and I'm talking about Derek Barnett, that is a good move for the 49ers. That is a big move, okay? Here we go. Carry on. Mike, who is your favorite rapper from Jersey? Joe Budden. I know I should say something like Method Man or Tretch, right? Joe Budden's at the top of my list, though. Method Man? I meant Red Man. Yeah, I meant to say Red Man. My bad. I meant to say Red Man, but Joe Budden is definitely my favorite. All right? Followed by Lauryn Hill, just so you know. Followed by Lauryn Hill. Chase, he says, how much faith do you have in Sermon? I think he's going to shock a lot of people and be an incredible 1-2 punch with Elijah. I think Sermon is very, very underrated. I think people confuse his ability and availability and how much he was used with what that man can do on the field. He's healthy, and people got to remember he was battling an injury in his rookie season. People forget about that, and they just assume that the 49ers didn't want to use him. They drafted him for a reason. Keep that in mind. And he was drafted before Elijah Mitchell. I think he is meant to be the bell cow, not Elijah, but we'll see what happens, okay? Omar says, do you think we overpaid for Trey Lance, seeing what the Browns gave up for a proven guy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You draft a guy based off of their potential. And I think what the 49ers did was they put that package together for Deshaun Watson, okay? I think they were willing to give that up for Deshaun Watson. And then the legal troubles came and they said, well, then fuck it. If we're willing to give that up, let's go out there and get a guy that we think can be just as good. And that's where you find Trey Lance. It was going to be Trey Lance or Justin Fields all day. He says, yo, Mike, you ever thought about visiting Alaska? Believe it or not, I have. My wife and I want to see the northern lights. All right, that's when the sky turns green and purple and yellow and red. And we were talking about going to Alaska for that or Greenland. We hear that you can see it from Greenland also, certain parts of Greenland. So we want to see the northern lights. That is on our destination list. Beef TV 27. Hey, Mike, do you think we will see Jalen Hurd this season? He is no longer on the 49ers, so you won't see him here. And I don't know if another team is going to pick him up either, so I'm not quite sure. What do you expect from D Ford this upcoming year? That's interesting, man. If you guys follow D Ford on Instagram, he's posting now, and all his posts are about playing. It's not about family, not about friends. He's showing sacks. He's showing him coming off the edge. It looks like he's going to be here. I'll say D Ford plays 6 games this year, 6. And I'm only saying 6 because I don't know how long his back is going to hold up. All right. Brett Brooks chimes in. He says, what do you think about trade Jimmy to the Colts for Mack, the running back? Well, Marlon Mack is actually a free agent, so we can't trade for him. But I do think the Colts are one of the teams that are in on Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, everyone's trying to pump up right now. Oh, it's gonna be Baker Mayfield. But you guys got to remember something. The Colts said that they got rid of Carson Wentz because he wasn't good in the locker room. He wasn't a good leader. Baker Mayfield is not that either. So don't let the public tell you that. All right, that's not what the Colts are looking for. I think the guy is going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. Benjamin says, "How you been, Mike?" I've been all right, brother. I've been all right. How about you? I hope you're doing well. All right, Miss Nopi. What do you think our biggest free agent pickup is so far? They've been all special teams. I know I should say Javarius Ward because he's going to be the corner that's going to be out there. But I think it's a special teams guy, Odom. I think it's Odom. He's not really a starter at the safety position. People think that they're going to put him in there where Tart was playing. But I think he was really brought in for special teams. The guy doesn't start as a safety. He's not a starting safety in the NFL. All right. Mike, what do you think of our first signing? Mike, what do you think our first signing will be when we unload Jimmy? So once Jimmy is gone, where do I think we go? I think that's when we go out there and we crush the edge signing. Okay, I think we go out there once we have some money to play with. We go and get a guy, Derek Barnett. All right, Creasy. I think I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. What would be the cap hit if we don't get rid of Jimmy G in a trade versus a trade? If we get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo, it's going to be $25 million cap savings. Doesn't matter if he's traded or cut. It's the same exact dollar amount. All right. Post June 1st, pre June 1st, it doesn't matter. His cap hit is exactly the same as $25.5 million. All right. Do you think BA steps it up this year? Absolutely. We've got a quarterback in there that likes to throw downfield and someone who's going to take advantage of his skill set 100%. All right. EJ Hunter says Ransom is his favorite rapper from New Jersey. I'm not mad at that. Ransom is nice, man. Ransom is nice. All right. Any chance on Collins or Hernandez to help out the offensive line? I think Hernandez is going to cost a lot of money. Collins is too. So I'm not quite sure that the Niners make that jump. You guys got to remember, we have some guys coming back. Okay. Justin School. We have Aaron Banks coming back also. I think we're going to be okay. Brunskill, we got the help we need in-house already. Doesn't mean that they won't go after somebody else, but I think the answer's already in-house. Bryant says, hello. He says, damn, I got distracted. Mike, do you think we signed Julio Jones? Short answer, no. All right. When do we extend contracts for Deebo and Bosa, or Bosa and Deebo? Jamie, this is a good question, man. There's no rush. These guys are under contract this year. It'll happen sometime during the year. Once Jimmy is off the books. Oh, you know what? That's probably the big signing that we do. Once Jimmy's off the books, they'll get those guys. What's the fix on our right side of our old line? Mike McGlinchey. Yeah, I said it. Mike McGlinchey. He's going to be the fix. I promise you. All right. This is a question here. I've seen that we are interested in Jabril Peppers. Do you pull the trigger on him if you are the GM? I don't think that we are interested in Jabril Peppers, honestly. He's going to be a costly guy, and that came from the NFL Rums account, and that is a fake account, guys. I'm going to tell you now on air, that is a fake account. You guys should not follow it. It's a 49ers fan, so he links everybody to the 49ers, and eventually he'll be right? A broken clock is right twice a day. He's linked every single person to the 49ers. How much are the Niners under the cap? I don't know the cap figures. Last I checked, it was like $9 million, but that was before signings. I'm not sure where we are. Okay. Renzo was an interesting question here. He says, if we keep Jimmy, then Trey Lance is going to be like Jordan Love, making free money until time for an extension. Here's the difference between Lance and Jimmy. The Niners gave up a lot more for Trey Lance. Jimmy is not going to be the guy, okay? If Jimmy is here next year, it'll be under reconstruction, and he's going to be the backup, all right? Can we get rid of Ford's contract? Sixer, listen, man, I don't know if you know, but D Ford restructured his contract this offseason. He freed up a lot of cap space for the 49ers. This guy is very selfless, so no, we can't get rid of D Ford's contract. He's helping the 49ers out, all right? Mike, what's the most dogs you caught in a day? Listen, bro, I'm not a dog catcher. I know y'all see me in my van doing shows. I am not, I repeat, I am not a dog catcher. They got jokes on me, man. They got jokes on me. Last question here from Mike S. and then we're getting out of here. He said, what's our next biggest need? Edge rusher or offensive line protection? I already told you guys that I think that the offensive line answers are in here. So I'm going to go with edge rusher if I have to choose between those two. All right, guys, that's going to do it. And just a reminder, if you guys aren't already there, head on over to patreon.com/NB9ERS. Only do the $5 subscription right now because I'm running a special all year. All videos will be unlocked. Don't worry about the other tiers. $5. I'm doing giveaways every month, jerseys, money. I just gave away hundreds of dollars just this week. All right, so get on over there, be a part of it. For $5, you guys can get, I gave out 10 months of subscriptions for the $5 tier. So head on over to patreon.com/NB9ERS. That's going to do it. And y'all know how I sign out. Prepare for glory, anticipate pain, but always remain faithful. We out of here. One.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. We nothing